It took me 15 years to realise this, and in the next 10 minutes, I want to help you answer a question most people never ask properly. Not, am I doing well? Not, am I earning enough? But this. If something went wrong tomorrow, would I actually be okay? Or do I just feel okay right now? Because there's a huge difference between feeling safe and being safe. And I've seen what happens when people confuse the two, even very successful people. Stay with me until the end, because I've got something practical I'm opening up for a small number of people if this hits close to home. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how close you really are to the edge. If we haven't met before, I'm Chris. I built a multi-million-pound property portfolio alongside working full-time and bringing up my family. And today I live off my passive income. But I didn't get here by being clever. I got here by getting things wrong and seeing up close what those mistakes cost other people. This channel isn't about hype or shortcuts. It's about clarity, stability, and eventually autonomy. Let's get into it. Most people who are financially vulnerable don't feel panicked. They feel normal. Bills are paid, income is steady, life looks fine on the surface, but underneath, everything depends on things continuing exactly as they are. The job, the contract, the health, the market. And because nothing has gone wrong yet, the brain tells a comforting lie. I'm probably fine. That's not safety, that's momentum. And momentum disappears very quickly when something pushes back. Let me tell you about an old friend. Someone whose family had run the same business for generations. Well known, respected, looked bulletproof from the outside. The kind of person you'd never worry about. Until things turned. Costs rose. Margins tightened. A couple of bad decisions met bad timing. And here's the part that still stays with me. When the business finally went under, there was nothing underneath it. No meaningful buffer. No personal safety net. Everything was tied up in keeping the machine running. Within months, they went from solid, respected family business to selling assets in a hurry just to keep up. What shocked me wasn't the failure. It was how fast life unravelled once the income stopped. Stress, panic, identity collapse. Years of work gone, not because they weren't capable, but because there was no separation between success and safety. That moment quietly rewired how I think about money. Here's the simplest way I can explain it. Imagine your life is happening near a cliff edge. As long as nothing pushes you, you're fine. But there's no barrier, no wall. So when life nudges, redundancy, illness, burnout, market shifts, it's not uncomfortable, it's catastrophic. Being safe is building a wall that stops you falling. But here's the part most people miss. That wall doesn't sit right on the edge forever. At first, you build it close, with cash, savings, and a buffer. That's your emergency protection. But as you add cash-flowing assets, something important happens. The assets sit closer to the edge, and the wall moves further back. Each asset pushes the wall inland. You're not just blocking the fall anymore, you're increasing the distance from the edge itself. That's real safety. Here's the trap. When people start doing better, earning more, investing, growing, they assume safety will arrive automatically. So they add complexity before protection. More commitments, more leverage, more moving parts. I did this myself. In reality, I was living life on the edge, just further inland with more going on. Growth without protection isn't freedom, it's exposure. Stage 3 without protection is just a more complicated version of stage 1. Real safety is quiet. It's not flashy. It doesn't look impressive on Instagram. It's knowing that if income paused, life wouldn't immediately panic. I saw this recently with someone close to me who lost their job out of the blue. There was shock, of course there was, but there wasn't panic, because there was a buffer, a wall between them and the cliff. That wall didn't solve everything, but it gave them time, and time turns panic into decisions. So here's the honest test. If your income stopped tomorrow, would you immediately panic? Or would you pause, assess, and make decisions? If it's panic, that's not a failure. It just means the wall isn't built yet. And most people never build it. Not because they can't, but because no one explains why safety has to come before growth. I want to say something quietly here. I'm opening a small number of low-cost, one-off financial clarity reviews. This is not coaching, not a program, not a long-term commitment. It's a 45-minute session where we look at whether you're actually safe or just feeling safe, where you're exposed without realising, what matters next and what doesn't. This is for early adopters only. If that feels useful, please leave a me in the comments or email coach@pathtoff.com to find out more details. No pressure, no hype. The biggest lesson I've learned is this: success without protection is fragile, and fragility doesn't announce itself, it waits. If this video made you uncomfortable, that's not a bad sign. It means you're asking the right question. Are you actually safe, or just hoping nothing goes wrong? Because there is another way, and it starts earlier and quieter than most people realise.